welcome back to HQCo. This week we had on Attila. I've known him for a while. He owns a London beauty clinic. He does custom IV therapy, kind of cosmetic injections. I first went to him when I was training for the Ironman for an IV drip, and it was awesome. He's kind of into a lot of all the new health, IV related stuff, anti-aging.
I mean, check his website out. He's a great guy. He definitely knows what he's doing. And we had a great conversation with him. London Beauty Clinic, check him out. He's for anything you want, health related wise, IV wise, anything.
Yeah, hopefully, or the next time he comes back, we'll do one on the show.
Yeah.
So look for that. But yeah, great episode. Obviously, the whole episode is on YouTube, obviously Spotify as well. Reach out to him if you have any questions. He's got a great clinic going on, and I know he's just at a new facility that's certain that he'll be offering a lot more things soon. So hope you enjoy.
Subscribe.
Welcome on the Benzo. Give them all hands. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
I'm on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just say less.
All right, yeah, so we can just get into it basically. So for obviously I know, but even Edis doesn't I kind of keep things vague in general so that nothing's too,
I guess
ahead of time, but tell Edis and I guess everyone kind of what
I do,
why I kind of am interested in having you on as far as
me a shout?
Yeah, the clinic and everything that you do in a whole, and then we'll go into it.
Yeah, so basically I own London Beauty Clinic, and as much as it is a clinic, I don't know so much about it being beauty anymore. When I first started it out, I kind of was thinking oh yeah, I'll get into Botox, fillers, all that kind of stuff. But my kind of my niche market would have been doing IVs, custom IVs and all that kind of stuff, right? And I was told so many times by other injectors there's no money in IVs, go with the fillers, do Botox, that's where the money is. But the problem is that everyone and their mother is doing Botox and fillers, right? You could go on any corner of London and you'll see an esthetician clinic doing it, right? So it's okay, well, what can I do that's different than kind of everyone else in the London vicinity, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, it started off pretty slow. Started off at home. That's where you came, my old house. And then when I moved to Strathroy, I tried to run it from home, but it wasn't really panning out for me, just because the Strathroy market's not necessarily where, I guess you could say, the where.
Well, and you would have built customer base in London, so
exactly,
I'm sure some people are willing to.
And that was
the
thing. Some people were willing to commute, but then some people were like, "Well, screw this."
Yeah.
I mean, you're good, but you're not that good for me to drive 30 minutes, which kind of hurts, but whatever. It is what it is, right? You're starting out. It's with any business, right? So it's a learning process. And then I moved my clinic down to my own space on Southdale and was running it there for almost 2 years now. And then more recently, I moved more back into my old area, which is Sunningdale and Hyde Park, Fanshawe, whatever you want to say. And running it there, I teamed up with a Ukrainian couple that do compounding.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, compounding meaning specialized
medications,
not just going into your regular pharmacy where you pick up Tylenol. They focus more on TRT, pain creams, specialized pain creams, which actually might be beneficial for you guys. Mm-hmm. And they actually, it's not rub A535 ice, it's specialized stuff. So I use it on my tendonitis and stuff like that. So it works actually really well. And other stuff too, they just specialize in stuff. And then the kicker was the fact that they're going to be creating my IV blends, custom IV blends, custom vials, whatever I kind of want. We're currently working on like a amino acid based injection, which would be like glutamine, carnitine, arginine, basically all the enes, and combined into like one shot, which would be like super beneficial for anyone that's an athlete or anyone that's trying to lose weight or, you know, anything along those lines. So we're kind of working on something like that, which should be hitting the market really soon. But yeah, so essentially they're going to be making all my IVs instead of me kind of Frankensteining IV bags now in the clinic. They're going to be all formulating all in one, which is sweet because it kind of takes the, you know, the legal parameters off of my shoulders, if that's, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's really awesome. So much sharper of a clinic, kind of elite-esque, what I was kind of going for. And they just happened to, it just kind of, kind of worked out really well.
Works.
And that's why I didn't come downstairs here, because like that kind of came out. I was like, that actually might be a really good beneficial, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, I mean, what do we do? Or what do I do? I do custom IV bags. You come in, you tell me what's going on, whether it's low energy, you want your skin to glow better, you can't sleep, whatever it is, kind of combat that. So anti-aging stuff's huge right now. Hollywood's really pushing that anti-aging stuff. So like NAD, glutathione, all that kind of stuff.
Do you run tests on a specific patient that comes in, or do you just talk to them and then figure it out by?
I mean, essentially, we're not at the point where we really need to run tests like blood work. We can when we start to kind of treat more specialized things. So I get like requests for like cancer treatments and stuff like that. And like vitamin C is a known agent that'll help combat cancer, right? High doses of it. So we're talking like 50,000 milligrams of vitamin C in a bag 2-3 times a week. Yes, technically there is that option. But because I'm just a nurse, I can't go and start diagnosing and treating cancer, right? So it's, again, more legal parameters around it, right?
So you studied to become a, I guess, what?
Just a nurse.
Just a nurse. You just studied to
Yep,
become a
just
nurse?
did a nurse. I have a degree in business marketing as well. So 2 degrees. And then, I mean, what? Entire 20s was sports and nutrition and health and fitness and all that kind of stuff. So I have a big background in all that holistic side of things, and then I dived more into the medical side of things. So I'm kind of doing both all in one, which is, again, not really common in the area. Toronto has that kind of stuff, like Mary Gold. She's awesome for that, right? She really knows her stuff too. She actually was an inspo for me back in the day. But
is it like new? Like, is it just that it's new in Canada in general? Is it new in general, like IV treatment? Like, you know,
it's newer, right? So in the States, like Vegas and all this stuff, you get all those like, you know, anti-hangover bags and stuff like that. And it's such a popular thing. You'll have like, not ice cream vans, but IV vans rolling by and you pop in. I mean, and that idea has occurred to me too, to do that. But again, it's the liability portion of it. It's like, okay, insurance can cover you at this location, but I don't know if they can really cover you. Like, I never really bothered to look further into it. I don't really have the need for it. Right?
But
so
even
I've had like requests where like Western students are like, hey, can you come by? You know, I've got like 20 guys, but the last thing I want to do is do IVs on 20, 18-year-old kids.
It's funny because we were joking actually about, you were like, man, I wonder, we were joking, can you come hook us up while we do the podcast?
I was going to ask.
And then I was like, I don't want to put him in a spot where it might be like a sanitary thing or... We should do. Oh, we should
next
have.
time.
Yeah, next time. But
yeah, I was gonna actually, because I was at the clinic right before I got here, and I was like, shit, should I bring some? I'm like, I never said to do it, so it's like I'm just gonna show up with IV bags. Hey,
we had this. We should have.
Hypothetically, like, what would have you brought like for us?
What if you would have told me like, you know, what
my
do you
legs
want?
are real sore.
My legs
today
are sore. Or, dude, I've had like no energy. This weather last 2 days has been complete garbage. I need to like pick me up. Just hook up something, right? So, as long as you eat, right?
Yeah. last time I went to him, it was like it was like maybe like at 10 o'clock. And
no, it was definitely like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Was it?
It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
And I hadn't eaten yet. And for some reason, I thought it was like a blood work thing. Like I knew I wasn't getting my blood taken, obviously, but like that was just like instant don't eat before type of thing. And I was probably like 98% of the way to passing out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like
you didn't.
No, I
You
didn't. Right?
thank God.
No, yeah, that didn't happen. But
To give you the double look. Hey,
it was pretty.
you good,
It
man?
was right there. It was pretty full.
And that was just like regular vitamins.
Yeah.
It wasn't even anything crazy. That actually wasn't even like a custom blend. That
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
like a pre-made
I
blend
was
that we
like
got.
full sweats, and then like I was like,
giving me the
there it
googly
goes
eyes.
a little bit, and then right on the edge.
I was
but-
like, oh man, are you kidding me, dude? I'm like, did you eat today? He's like, no. I'm like, are you shitting me, dude?
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, have you ever taken like a multivitamin on an empty stomach? And,
I
like, you
know.
just
I
feel
don't.
like
It was
garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Times that by 10 because
Yeah.
it's going straight into your veins, a
Yeah.
high level of it, right?
So why, where do you think the delay is in a lot of other people offering this service? Or just they have their set in their ways and stuff like that?
Well, I mean, I
Like-
hope they don't offer it.
Yeah,
right?
I know it's probably, but like, even just compared to how it is so prevalent in the States, was it just like
I think
behind
it's
in
gonna
Canada and
be-
everything? Yeah.
Because whatever kind of happens in the States trickles its way up
Mm-hmm.
towards us, and whatever happens in Europe trickles its way to the States. You know what I mean? So it's
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
kind of like a synergistic effect that'll kind of happen. Look at like what's going on in like Dubai and stuff, the stem cells and Dr. Khan and working. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it just does like crazy stuff, right? So eventually it'll be like just going into your regular pharmacy. Hey, I want an IV bag, right?
Yeah.
I think. I mean,
Now-
hopefully not in my sense, but that's the beauty of what I do is not just IV bags. So I would say
Yeah.
IVs are maybe 50% of what I do. I do a lot of like PRP stuff.
Yeah.
So hair regeneration, kind of like fillers, but the natural way, right? So certain things like fillers are good for like girls that have like no lips or dudes, but let's not get into that.
Yeah.
But like girls that have no lips or no cheeks or chin, right? They kind of want to hide that extra double chin. That is what I think hyaluronic acid fillers are good for, but I wouldn't like step into doing like fillers for other stuff like under eyes. Or like
Isn't there like
nasolabial
more
folds.
of a health? Don't you get like maybe this is my ignorance? Isn't it like migraines and stuff like that too? Like, is that a
so
totally
that's
something totally
Botox.
different?
So that's Botox.
Okay.
So Botox. I mean, technically we'll say neurotoxins because Botox is just the brand, right?
Yeah.
So neurotoxins are really good for like hyperhidrosis, so people that sweat in their hands, their armpits.
Yeah. That's
I've had
kinda-
recent requests for girls that have like boob sweat, any area that has like hyperhidrosis.
Yeah.
You can kind of treat with neurotoxins, Botox. I personally use Dysport, but they're also coming out with studies that are saying like, hey, neurotoxins have long
Yeah.
term negative effects, right? So because it's fairly new, but I mean, as long as I feel like it's like too much of a good thing isn't a good thing. Anyways. If you're doing it every 3 months religiously, you need to slow down a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Let your natural rhythm of muscles get working. But if you're using it, like for example, they use it for cerebral palsy kids because you become very static, right? Very stiff, and so like some of the kids, because I also work with special needs kids. So some of those kids go for treatments for Botox and they get like hundreds of units injected into them so they can eventually relax those muscles and they can like move freely, right?
Yeah.
So there are medical uses for it, not just for beauty. But like going into PRP, I mean PRP or PRF too, you can use it for skin regeneration, tissue regeneration. So sometimes people get it in their joints, but again, that gets more into like surgical stuff. So it's not to say I actually looked into it because I want to do it myself, but it's not to say that I can't do it. It's just you have to go through specialized training for that. And then you got to get all kinds of ultrasound equipment because you got to get into the right spot. The beauty of it is like with PRP, because it's your own plasma, it's your own blood, there's no real side effects, right? And that's what is the kicker for me. That's what I really like about it is that like you can inject it wherever you want in your face, your body, whatever. And the only thing you got to worry about is infection from crappy injections, right? Or not hygienic or not sanitary. Right? So that's the beauty of it, right? I like it also because of the instant effect. So I do a ton of like under eye treatments, and instead of just filling in like that darkness and that hollowness, like let's say you would do with like hyaluronic acid, you actually fix the problem because you start to regenerate the collagen that was once there. So people that like work night shifts, a lot of people that are like anemic have that like dark, you know,
skin
dark,
tone.
well, not necessarily skin tone, but the dark under eye, you know what I mean? It's just like hollow. They almost look dead,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So it's like that brings that life back to them. And a lot of nurses had it. And I noticed that when I was working in the hospital too, doing nights and stuff like that, I was starting to look like death too, right? It's just, it's inevitable. Right? You're not sleeping, right? And the first place you're going to kind of notice it is in your face and your eye. So it's like I try and fix that. So like, I turned my clinic more from like a beauty aspect of things to kind of like a regenerative health.
Yeah, yeah.
So I like to fix things instead of just putting a Band-Aid on it. And that's the difference between what I do and what a lot of other, you know, nurse injectors or whatever do, right? So I kind of went a different route, and, you know, knock on wood, everything's been great.
What I've been having this kind of in the back of my head, even about like, you know, in the future and stuff. And you said compounding different IV bags and stuff. Are those things that you can then, other clinics can purchase your blends and stuff like that off it,
For
or
the right price.
Yeah, yeah. But like even in the future, right? Like if
totally right? Like the thing is that not everyone has like a sports nutrition background, so it's like they don't know what the hell they can kind of combine with what. Right?
Yeah.
But you also have to be careful because certain things like magnesium and calcium, potassium, all that kind of stuff can have effects on your heart, right? To throw the rhythm off, right? So it's like, again, too much of a good thing isn't a good thing, right? But when you really, like when you're asking me about like blood work and stuff like that, eventually if it gets to that point where it's like someone's like, oh, well, you know, I really want 1,000 milligrams of magnesium. Okay, well, you know what? Let's check your blood work. Let's see how your heart is, all that kind of stuff. So on top of like doing like blood pressure monitoring and all that kind of stuff, you can get into the realm of blood work, but problem is OHIP's not going to cover it, right? So it's like getting blood work done is not cheap if OHIP's not covered, right?
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, I've been having a lot more conversations with people and trying to find, you know, different, whatever, typically like men's health clinics and stuff, and more people I find are starting to willingly take on those costs just because it's so hard to get certain stuff done through your family doctor, and if you have the means to afford it, then you're willing like to kind of pay for the health care.
There's like those places now. My family doctor's in Mississauga, and I won't change. You know what I mean? Like I haven't seen him in like 10 years, but I've done everything that I need virtually. Plus I have other, like my medical director, he's a doctor. So it's like I have other means to sources. Plus like I have a pretty good background on medical stuff. So if I know what's going on, I can kind of treat myself, or, hey doc, I need the script. And you know, I have that. I have a call.
But that's
away, right?
rare, right?
Exactly.
Like,
but then you have like places like MediPoint. You know, you pay out of pocket, but you get treatment that day. Specialist this, specialist that. Cost you a couple grand, but
there's like slowly, again, talk about like, you know, the clinics in the States. It seems like on every, I mean, from what I would imagine, it seems like there's those kind of clinics on every block. And now they're starting to like pop up a little more here, but there's something to say that people are starting to take on the responsibility of paying out of pocket for certain things.
And that's the thing. Like, for example, like my son, I've been waiting for an ENT and a sleep study appointment now for like 7-8 months. And like I'm on like emailing back and forth with sick kids. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Oh, we've sent off the referral 3 times already. And I'm just like, what can you really do? There's nothing. Like if there was something serious, then I would obviously act on it and be like, hey, whatever, we'll go pay the fees or whatever needs to be done. But for example, like one of my patients, she's also my massage therapist. Her hubby, like screwed up his like L1, L3 nerve in his back lifting something. And like the wait was like 6 months for an MRI. I'm like, in that time period, like this guy's a plumber, you know what I mean? Like he's got to work. You know what I mean?
He definitely at least start to treat it.
She ended up having to go to Michigan to get an MRI done, $435. I was thinking it was gonna be a lot more than that. Shocked. Like, that's it. Shit, I would have just.
I have clients that go to the States and are at. All you got to do is like have a, you know, mailing a PO box or whatever, and you can go pay the fees to do like generally the more of the health and, you know, TRT and stuff like that. But yeah, people are. It's true. Like,
Well, we said that in the past too. It's like it's sad to see that, like, people in Canada have to go to the States to get medical exam done, and they can't even do it at home.
yeah, or they have to wait a year. Like,
Or if the way, and if you don't,
Or
unless
they
you
can
don't
get
know,
it at home, but waiting
Yeah.
list is like 6-7 months, and then with your
on a
buddy-
good side,
on a
6,
good
7,
side.
like you
Yeah,
go to
yeah,
Toronto,
yeah.
it's 1 to 2 years.
Yeah,
you
I
know what I
know.
mean? Like
and
it's
then
ridiculous.
It's like your buddy who has that back problem. In 6 months, it could be even worse.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Like those things don't get just better like
yeah,
that, right? And then like other things too, like just as much as like people say like Canada's healthcare system's amazing, at what degree?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember like trying to walk into a walk-in clinic and being like, "Hey, my son's got or my daughter's sick or whatever." Oh, you should have been here earlier. We stopped taking patients at 12. I'm like, "But you guys are open till 4."
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
we stopped taking at 12. I'm like, so what am I supposed to do here? You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. If you're not there before the clinic even opens, waiting in line with 20 other people,
you're SOL.
you're out of luck, right? And it's like, that's not right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like growing up, this was not like this. You know what I mean? Like,
It's funny you talk about like growing up. I was like, my mom works in the States at a hospital, and it was always like from the very first time I knew what was going on, she was always like, unless it's an immediate emergency, we need to go somewhere here, we're driving across just like, because you'll get at the end of the day more answers quickly, right? Care quicker.
It's true.
I mean, not to like, just keep shitting on Canadian healthcare and stuff, but
we
it's a
can.
different game.
But
Yeah,
we can.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because we've seen
You're not
the fall
kidding.
of it all.
It's the truth.
It's not like, it's like, it shouldn't like we didn't have a family, or my wife and my kids didn't have a family doctor since my kids were born. You know what I mean? And like, we just got one, luckily, because I had a connection, because I was supposed to go to that clinic. Remember I was telling you the TMC building?
Yeah.
I was supposed to go
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and I was able to like talk to like the manager of that building and be like, "Oh, okay, one of our doctors will pick you up." 2 months later, they picked up my mom, my kids, and my wife, and I was like, that was only luck.
Yeah, I'm
You
the
know what
exact
I mean?
same way. My family doctor here was just all like, right place, right time. He's awesome. And so whenever I talk to, again, clients and stuff, it's like, you can go to, like they have 1-2 year long back and forth just to get basic like blood work done for what they want. And then by then it's a totally different ball game for what they want anyways.
The
But
condition that I had is gone. I don't know if that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
A little bit worrisome, but we'll find out in the
Yeah.
future if, you know what I mean?
So how many like, what's your schedule like now? Or what, are you working full time there? Or like, are you have certain days that you...
So I also, like I said, I work with special needs kids as their school nurse. The school's closed for the summer, so my availability is daddy daycare and appointments only, right? So my wife's working, right? So it's like I kind of run the show at home.
Yeah.
But
I mean, me and Jade are both the same, but I like that. Like, it's
I'm
summer.
totally
It's,
cool
as
with
soon
it.
as you like do it for a summer or two, you're like, okay, I know for this amount of time in this like year, I'm kind of like part time, and I personally just start to enjoy it and like not stress about it.
As much as I'm like, kind of shit talking the daddy daycare, I like it,
Yeah.
right? Because my wife's trying to become a cop, so once she becomes a cop, I probably won't be working in the school system anymore. It's not even like I need to right now. It's more of just like keeps me busy, even though it's only a few extra bucks on the paycheck, at least I know that like whatever, just in case all hell breaks loose, COVID comes back, everything shuts down, at least I'll still have a job, right? So that's kind of like the only reason why I kind of keep it on. Like, I don't need it. Everyone's asking, why do you do it? I do like it, and I do enjoy working with the kids, but it's like I don't need it. But like once Sarah becomes a cop, then I'm just see you later type thing, right? And then I'll just run the clinic. I probably want to open, like my goal right now is I want to open up another one. Probably not in London. Probably, I don't know, maybe KW area. I haven't decided yet.
If there's like one, not necessarily a missing link, but if you could add in one more kind of person of expertise in your clinic now, what would it be?
Well, that's the thing. You hit the nail on the head there. I am looking to hire somebody potentially this year. I said that last year, but really hope to get someone this year. And I kind of want to dive more into that beauty aspect of things. So I was looking into maybe hiring, like, not to knock on dudes or anything like that, but a female face to it all to kind of take off some of the load that I have, because some days it can get pretty crazy, like back-to-back patients and, doing IVs and then taking blood and doing all this kind of things. Doing that for a solid 8 hours is kind of taxing.
You don't have anybody else working with you right now?
No. It's me and the four walls. But I like it because at times when I had people hired for like my coaching company for fitness, I'd always get screwed over.
Yeah.
They take your clients. Oh, I need someone for posing. Okay, well, I have someone.
Yeah.
2 months later, I've been rethinking, they've been really good with me and, they're a little bit cheaper. I'm like, I haven't changed my prices in like 10 years.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how cheap can it really be? But I'm like, honestly, if you want to go. Like, I don't care.
I'm not going to fight you.
And like, it's just funny
worst.
to watch like the process of it all. And then I'm just like, I've developed a trust issue, right? So that's why I keep saying, like, I need to hire someone. And everyone's like, oh, well, no one's going to run it. They're coming to see you. I'm like, yeah, well, they can come see the other person too.
Yeah.
It's just something that's just going to develop, right? But it's finding someone that's going to be, one, I trust, two, has kind of the same mindset as me, because like I'm 41 this year. Let's be honest, I'm not going to be doing this when I'm 50, right? Like, I look pretty good for 41.
Yeah, for sure.
What I mean?
But
like,
it'd be good to be able to sit back and like let it.
And like my
anything.
goal a couple of years ago was to retire by the time I'm 40, and I say retire as in just doing whatever I want to do. And then the real estate market went to crap and all that stuff, so that kind of went out the window. So that added on another probably 5 years. But I keep pushing towards that, right? Entrepreneurship has always been up my alley, right? So we'll see what happens. So, if anyone's listening, they want a good job, I pay really well.
What would it be like for generally like do you have to have a certain?
I mean, just a nurse.
Yeah,
honestly, a nurse. Because I've had people request, and I'm like, okay, well, are you a nurse? Like, no. Well, you can't really help me much, right? I don't need an admin.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at handling the administration stuff.
Yeah.
My wife, she's like, oh, I'll do the admin stuff because she does admin right now and dental assisting. I'm like, babe, I don't need the admin stuff. I need someone to administer stuff.
It's like me though. I feel like you're just used to doing so much internally that it's like, but it would be that much. Think about how much time you'd get back if although you can do it, it's like
totally. Like I'm on my phone like 24/7.
Yeah,
and it's just like it's almost troubling. You know what I mean? The amount of time I waste on my phone. I don't want to say waste, but we'll say research on my phone because I'm on it all the time, right? People are like, you respond really quick. I'm like, yeah, because I'm on it all the time. But the thing is if you're not on it, you're not responding to people, then Joe Schmo over there is going to go respond. And I mean, it's a competitive industry, right? Just like any fitness, anything is really competitive, right? If you're not responding within a few minutes, someone else will. Because they've already messaged 10 other people, right? So it depends on who's going to respond to them with the best price, who has the best Google review. I have a 5-star.
Nice.
It's nice. And they are legit. They're not just, hey dude, can you leave? I mean, there's a couple of them, I won't lie, but for the most part, they're all legit. And it's great to see that, right? For running now going on to 3 years, it's like I have a perfect track record. And I'm not saying everyone's been 100% satisfied, but I try and satisfy them in another which way, right? So, I mean, they're my billboards, right? So it's like people come in, it's like, oh, well, what marketing do you do? Or can you do this type of marketing? I'm like, you guys are my marketing, right? So it's like, if you guys pass on the word, which a lot of people come word of mouth or Google reviews or Instagram or whatever, but it's nice. Like, knock on wood, I've been blessed in that sense, right? It takes time to build up, but
So what's we'll kind of do that first portion here, like Instagram, website, or someone, how people can get a hold of you and book or anything like that.
So, I have my website, londonbeautyclinic.com. You can kind of direct message or direct email me through there. My phone number's up there too. A lot of people call me. 9 times out of 10, I won't answer. just because one, I'm either with a patient, with my kids, or it's just a spam call and I just don't.
I know,
up,
I'm
right?
like that too.
So it's like, it's hard nowadays to like, do I pick this call up? I don't recognize this number. It's verified, but it's like, what does that even mean anymore?
Nothing.
So I'm just like, if you need to get a hold of me, text me, leave me a message. I will respond. Instagram is again a key way. London Beauty Clinic. London Beauty Clinic 1 is my Instagram.
I'll put it all in like the description
cool.
too and everything. So.
And
then
to book appointments. Just
same thing. Either which way, through message me, email me, shoot me a direct link on my website. It doesn't really matter. Like whichever way you want, you can get a hold of me. You can find me on Google.
Cool.
London Beauty Clinic. There's only one of me. There's probably one in actual London, England. But, you know, I've actually had people like
where are you located?
They're like messaging me in like Essex, England. I'm like, I think that's the wrong London, dude.
Well, thanks for coming. Like, yeah, we'll do. Hopefully, next time we'll do it where we kind of
totally,
get something
dude.
done.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
We'll keep going. The full episode will be on YouTube and Spotify. But kind of for the first portion, thanks for kind of giving us a little brief.
Thanks for letting me talk.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
So, all right, now we can get down to.
I mean, yeah, nothing really changes a whole lot. But
Did you always want to do the?
Hell no.
No.
Hell no, dude.
So
Honestly,
like history.
The thing is like throughout my 20s, it was like I first tried to become a cop. Spent like 2-3 years trying to do that in my early 20s, and then just being rejected because you're too young, no life experience, even though I had a shit ton of life experience. I went down that pathway for like 2-3 years, and I was like, okay, well, being rejected by like York and Peel and all that stuff, I was like, screw this, you know what I mean? Like,
not RCMP, just.
No, it was just because I grew up in Brampton.
So is it a touchy subject with your wife going through it all now?
No,
not touchy, but you're like, son of a bitch.
No, not at all. Like, to be
you're
honest,
living vicariously through her.
I have no, and that's the funny thing is like so many people are like, isn't it kind of demasculating? You're a nurse injector. You're a nurse injector, which is predominantly female. Let's be honest. Like, you don't have to be politically correct. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And then like your wife's going to become a cop. I'm like, hell no, I don't care. Like,
I only say that
whatever.
because that was at one time you were trying to go down that road.
And the thing is like I've had because so many of my friends are cops, right, and clients, and that's how I've been able to kind of direct my wife because I have a lot of connections in that sense too. And they're like, oh, you should come. I'm like, no offense, dude, but like I'd be taking a major pay cut and I actually have to be working again, like a normal job,
clock in,
quote
clock
unquote,
out,
normal job. Like, hell no.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy now that I'm out of the hospital life, working nights, working like all kinds of weird shifts, running on 2 hours of sleep and like still running a clinic, still being dad. I mean, that was tough, right? I'm like, I've paid my dues, man. Hell no, I don't want to become a cop.
Yeah.
Especially at this age, like, oh, but you're still in such good shape. That's beside that internal clock is still ticking, dude. Last thing I want to do is deal with some, drug addict guy on the street and then go home and then run for like a quarter of the pay that I have right now. Like, no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
If I were to do anything else, I've thought about it, obviously. In addition to what I'm kind of doing, would be fire. Right?
That's because my dad did a little bit, and I've kind of like gone through that route too a little bit, like because he did like volunteer fire in Tecumseh, and I was like, man, that would be cool. Like get to the point now where you could like have and not for the money though necessarily, just to have like new experiences.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like that.
And like
I think
that's the thing
cool.
is like I already have so much like emergency background, right? So
true.
It'd be kind of like a shoe-in, but we'll see. You know what I mean? Like let my wife kind of get into what she needs to do, and then we'll reevaluate. You know what I mean? But if I can be home with my kids, help. You know what I mean? Their growth, like that's more important to me than any kind of job. Right?
Absolutely, yeah. Are you still obviously you train? Like, what's your training?
I mean, it's
regiment like now.
Honestly, it's whenever I'm not injured, kind of training. You know what I mean? Like you'll go like 3 months. Oh, I'm finally getting back to where I was, and then boom, L5 nerve goes.
Yeah.
Or piriformis gets torn, or more recently, at the beginning of the summer, again, want to get that summer bod back. I tore my iliac off my TFL off my iliac crest. So that set me back. I could barely walk for weeks, you know what I mean? And it's just like, now I'm starting to feel okay again. But I'm like, where the hell did the summer go? You know what I mean? I'm just like, I held up okay, all things considered, maybe 2-3 times a week if I was lucky. And now it's like, let the kids go back to school and I'll get back into a routine again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Work for next year. Maybe do some BPC 157 shots and regenerate some stuff. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's still there and it always will be, right? It's not like you can't just turn that off.
No.
Right? Like
you need it for your sanity.
And you start, well, that's the thing. And I started going a little cuckoo because, man, I haven't been to the gym in a week.
Yeah.
And it sucks. You know what I mean? It's like, wears you down mentally and
especially if that's in your DNA to be that active.
I've
and
been doing it since I was 14, 15, right? So,
do you coach any of the kids? Do you have son and daughter? Do you coach anything of theirs or anything yet?
So I had my son in London soccer. He's 5. I thought he'd like excel at it so well. Poor kid did terrible. Like he was the class clown of the team. You know what I mean? Like he'd like be picking up feathers and like playing with it in the air and stuff. I'm like, dude, you know what I mean? Like
you could be good at this.
And then like I'm like, okay, well, maybe because he's not a fast runner. He was actually the slowest kid on the team. And I was like, man, it's kind of embarrassing. But I'm like, okay, well maybe that's not his strong. He's a really good kicker. He's actually not bad at kicking. But again, he's just distracted. He's just not mentally there to be into sports, I don't think. Yeah. But he loves swimming, and he just recently like took the puddle jumpers off, so he's swimming in our pool because we have a pool.
This summer, mine T did too. She's like I don't know about you, just a little side note, but it's been like she 2 weeks out of the summer, she just lessons every day and stuff, and like the last one she just got done in the last week. It was like day 1, huge advancement. Day 2, like swimming across the whole side. Day 3, puddle jumpers, swimming and jumping in underwater. It's like, it's kind of crazy just to see how fast stuff clicks with them.
It's much faster than with you and me.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know what I mean? Like,
but it's like everything. It's that typical until it's like a day-to-day thing. T's like my notepad now. It's like, hey, remember, tell me when we're at the gym at the office 8 hours from now, tell me I need to grab this off the desk. We walk in, I've long forgot about it, and she's like, Dad, don't forget that.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
you're actually bad for that.
It works.
Responding to texts and stuff like that. You're pretty bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's,
but
even with
like my daughter. So I had my daughter in gymnastics because one of my patients owns, or manages, I'm not sure if she owns it or manages London Gymnastics Association.
Okay.
On Bateman Trail or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So she was in there doing gymnastics, and I was like, she can't even do a cartwheel. Again, kind of embarrassing. You know what I mean? But then like the next phase of stuff came, and like, we don't have like a time slot for her age group for what time you need it for. So what do you think about cheer? Because they do cheerleading too. I'm like, well, my wife did cheer when she was younger. Whatever. Let's see what. And she has that kind of like tall, lanky, muscular kind of physique to her. I'm like, well, let's try it. So she's like, I don't want to do it, Dad. I'm like, well, give it a shot. It's, you know what I mean? Like, you're covered, so just do it, right? So, so she did it one day and she loved it, like, and excelled so much. So she's like the main girl. They're throwing up in the air and stuff like that because she's the smallest out of all of them, and she's just loving it.
She did cheer this year. She did gymnastics when she was like, I don't even know. I guess it was probably 3, right? Or 4, 3 or 4. I think it was 3 because it was, anyways. And she was like, still same thing as soccer, like too young to really like get into it too much. She did cheer with a bunch of her friends, and she's actually the opposite. She's like, you should see her here doing cartwheels, round offs, like it's like she'll just tumble all around the house and everything, right? And I'm like, get into like, what about gymnastics and something that like requires not that cheers, like it's a different
I
like
get it.
it's a different, it's more like Chio's probably more of like a personality thing. Not that she doesn't have the personality, but it's like I know she's got athletic abilities and stuff.
You
and
just
like
want to push her.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, imagine you can just do flips around everywhere.
She's doing
like,
it downstairs already. So it's like, what the hell? Let's take this thing to the
I
next
just
level.
see her do a lot more gymnastic style stuff, wanting to translate it into cheer, but then it's
when
just like
it's in gymnastics, you're going to put her into jujitsu.
Yeah, I know.
That's our next step. I've already looked into it, right?
Oh, I
All
mean,
of a sudden she'll be choking.
you should see her now.
I'm totally down for it. Choke me out. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
funny, actually. In the last like week, she's gotten like this. She like comes up and says like, "Dad, stand there," and just starts like kickboxing me and punching me, and I'm like, "Okay, this is something," but like, yo, chill a little bit. Like, you can't go around. And I'm like,
were you putting the testosterone cream on your stomach? Some of it rubbed off on her.
No, it's like she's like putting combos, doing like these spinning kicks and stuff.
What's
And I'm
she
like,
watching at home?
I don't know, something. Yeah, definitely. Like she watches like the Ninja Kids. And
Oh
stuff
yeah, my
like
kids
that.
are too. Like apparently yesterday too. I'm like going through like Amazon. They want to like, buy a new Nintendo Switch game. I'm like, okay, yeah, go to the Ninja Kids. They came out with them.
Really?
What? The YouTube kids? I'm like, are you kidding me? And then like I see Ryan's World and stuff like that. I'm like, how are these kids producing video games?
I know.
What I mean? Like, what the
Christmas
hell?
time comes along, I want a ninja sword.
But
I would be down for it. I'm like, because I'm Hungarian, right? So like, we have that kind of background where it's like medieval swords, and like, I'm like, my wife will see me like shopping on my phone. What the hell are you buying this for? I'm like,
look at the shield.
like, have you ever seen a crossbow like this? Like, but you don't hunt. I'm like, it's going on the wall. Yeah. Like, I don't care. It's like, just in case shit hits the fan,
Yeah.
I got a freaking crossbow.
I got arrows.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, I was looking, and she was laughing. She's like, I'm like, this is a Hungarian bow and arrow, and she's like, but why would we need this? I'm like, you never know. Listen, this is a weird world we live in.
But it's funny, just kids in general, and just like whatever she's interested in, I'm glad to facilitate her trying it out and stuff.
And it's like it kind of like, I don't know, it resonates with us because it's like I never had that growing up. Like my parents never put me in like any real sports, so it's like I was just playing games. Like became like this fat kid playing video games, and I was just like, well, no, I don't want this anymore. So then like I was like, okay, well maybe I'll get into bodybuilding, right? So I started working out in grade 9. Don't want to be that fat kid in grade 9, and then went into grade 10, and I got into great shape, and I was like, whoa, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like that was kind of like my outlet, right? Because mom and dad, they said they couldn't afford it, but yeah, I think they just didn't want me to. They just didn't. I don't think they wanted to take me to do these things,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, everyone. That's
So I'm trying to push my kids to be like, whatever you want, right? And like my wife's like, well, what if we put like Avon into hockey? I'm like, I like his teeth, and
it's
like,
cold in there.
I'm like, I don't want to sit through that. And I'm like, Avon, you want to play? You want to like skate? He's like, no, I don't want to. He like freaks. I'm like, good. That was a test. Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's why I'm like, soccer. You know, and like with my daughter, I'm like, do like more elite stuff, like tennis. More like you're pretty. Let's utilize that. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't want like. But like my wife's like, no, we got to get into jiu-jitsu. So I looked into jiu-jitsu, and apparently you have to be 8 years old for you to actually do full-on jiu-jitsu. I'm like, all right, so February.
Yeah, it's fun just to watch like this stuff they
And like it's a crazy world too, right? Like I want my kids to be able to defend themselves if the time comes.
Yeah.
Because like how many times you hear like some weirdo pulling up and like trying to kidnap them or whatever. If my daughter puts them into like an armbar or whatever, chokes them out. Thank you. You know what I mean? Like that's what this was all for. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's a crazy world, man.
Yeah.
It's good to have like any type of mixed martial arts background, self-defense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Especially today.
yeah. It's not, and the thing is, it's not getting any better.
No.
It's only going to get worse, especially with, the catch and release program we have with the policing and stuff like that. That's ridiculous too, right?
Like
Like
you can't be always there for your kids and protect them.
exactly,
Right.
right? When dad's around, no one really messes around, but dad's not always around.
Yeah.
So, and like same with my wife, like she's going to be doing her jiu-jitsu and all
Yeah,
that stuff
yeah.
too, right? So it's like more and more you're seeing all these police forces too that are pushing that MMA, jiu-jitsu,
Physical,
whatever
yeah.
it is, because it's like you got to be able to protect yourself because a junkie comes up to you and he's all hacked up on whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to take more than me and you to put this guy
Yeah,
down
for
because
sure.
you just can't, right?
Yeah.
So
and even discharging weapons right now is like also like
Huge.
You'd rather,
can't,
choke the guy,
you
be
know,
able to
it's
choke
like-
the guy out. Yeah.
I don't even want to get into that aspect
What do you
of things, right? Like,
is there anything else? Like, are you any other hobbies or any like
for me
Yeah.
or the kids?
you?
Oh, Jesus, dude. I don't know. I've become like big on like house stuff. Like I love cleaning. You know what I mean? It doesn't help with the nursing aspect of things that I do with the demasculination of stuff, but I like to clean, man. I like to clean, keep the house in order, landscape, getting into landscaping, right? Because like my kind of wife is kind of forcing me to. But I like doing things around the house, man. Like everyone's like, oh, you know, what would you do if you retired? You'd be so bored. I'm like, hell no.
I'd have the perfect
I would
lawn.
have like, I'd figure it out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether it's like working on cars. Back in the day, I used to work on cars all the time. Trust me. I'd buy an old Honda, rebuild it, bring back my youth. You know what I mean? What's that?
You won't get bored.
I would not get bored. I would figure something. Like I'm currently looking into like buying a boat, buying like a trailer, you know, just whatever, man.
Yeah.
And like I want to like buy a good piece of land, like an acre, start like planting trees. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, totally.
Like it's
I can
in my
relate to that.
ancestry, right? Back home, we had a huge ass farm, and like we just had everything. Like I don't even know, 100 acres of like
Yeah.
land and just everything. And so I'm just like, I'm gonna start with 1 acre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm good with that. You know, like my wife's like, well, I want to get a couple of chickens, and I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
But
yeah.
then when she's like, I want a donkey, I'm like, well, what are we gonna do with the donkey?
Yeah,
I'm
what's
like,
it provide
you
for
just
us?
want to like, because it's cute.
You want to
I'm
have
like,
a pet? Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, you just want a pet donkey, which is okay. Just admit that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like more and more kind of, I don't know, getting grounded. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
don't really care for going out anymore, obviously, right? Like at our age, we don't really.
Mm-hmm.
I still like to go out and do things and the odd time, but like do it on a weekly basis. No, like
Yeah.
day to day stuff, I love doing. Like I'll be outside, you know, smoke a cigar, get
Yeah.
a little whiskey. Perfectly fine. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
So
You watch a lot of like TV or anything like
dude,
that? No,
no,
Not
and
watching
you know
any
what?
good
Like,
shows right now or anything.
dude, me and my wife have been trying to finish the first series of Dexter for like 2, 3, 4 months now, and like I love it. Like it's so good, but like I don't know. Like
It was-
I always say, like I'm more of a movie guy. My wife's more of like series Love Island crap, and like as much as be like, oh my god, Love Island, you know, it'd be like, how the hell did it? What was she thinking? You know what I mean? Like I'll get into it, I'll get a bag of chips, sit on the bed, and be like, oh, I can't believe this. You know what I mean? But like I will proudly admit that I would never turn it on myself and be like, all right, I'm gonna watch Love Island.
What
But,
happens
you know what I
to
mean?
that?
Like no, like I'll see like what happens in like people posting about it and stuff like that, but. I don't know. I can't get into like series as much. Like it's more of a thing that like me and my wife have together.
Yeah.
But she'll go and like watch it on her own too. But like I'm more of a sit down, put on a good movie. But
Video
even then,
games
half the
or
time,
anything?
dude, I fall asleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I got like the most comfortable couch in the basement. Like it's one of those cloud couches. And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'll drift away. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like it sucks because like I miss so many movies. But like I also really like more of the classic movies. And I say classic, but unfortunately, it's not really classic. Like the 90s, the 80s movies that we grew up to.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that I really like.
Movies back then.
Yeah.
Oh, they're amazing. They're amazing. Like,
Can't make movies like that.
No.
no. And like, I don't know how many times I've watched, like, let's say Braveheart or
Yeah.
Gladiator or Top Gun. You know what I mean?
Die
Like,
Hard.
Die Hard or whatever. Like, those are just so good. And my wife's like, how the hell do you keep watching this stuff? Or Rocky. Rocky's my favorite. You know what I mean? Like, I have a Rocky t-shirt. You know what I mean? I actually have the Rocky figurine. And it's like enclosed in this like thing, and it was like only 3,000 made. She's like, "Why the hell did you buy this?" I'm like, "Babe, you really need to ask this question." She's like, "Well, where are you going to put this?" I'm like, "Well, I was going to put it in the clinic, but now I don't know." You know what I mean? So it's downstairs in the basement on the shelf by the TV.
No,
I'm
you
just
got to
like,
put that in the clinic.
well, I'm like,
It's a
I
talking
want
piece.
to, but I'm just like, I don't know. I got to find like a like maybe like
Yeah.
a whole background of Rocky and just be like. This is what it is. But I mean, I also do play guitar. I've been trying to get back into it. I started playing when I was like 8, right? So
Yeah.
I used to play in like a metal band and stuff like that, but in my late teens, early 20s,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere around there. But like, I just wrote depressing stuff all the time because I was depressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So once I fell out of that depression, I kind of like, well, I don't really need to write anymore.
Yeah.
And then more recently, I was getting more into like country music. I'm like, maybe I'll start writing country music. You know what I mean?
Whatever,
Just
yeah.
why not, right?
Yeah.
So I was starting to like picking it up again, dusting it off and whatnot. And I'm just like, you never know.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
never know.
This is
Attila is going on tour.
yeah.
Don't be shocked, man.
You
Don't be
come
shocked.
back here, put us some on some IVs, and then announce a country album.
Each time I come back, I'm just wearing more country stuff.
Yeah,
Country boots.
it's like
one.
that
Then I
meme.
come with a belt, jeans.
It's like the meme day one,
Yeah,
listening
yeah,
day
yeah.
3, listening to
Then how's it going?
Yeah,
and it's
well,
voice,
Outdoor
the voice,
hat,
the voice,
everything.
voice changes.
Yeah.
I got like chew in my mouth.
that's
I
hilarious.
can't explain it. It's just it becomes you. You know what I mean?
This
So-
is like completely back to change the topic. How many people have like pass out and like are intimidated by?
0.
Really?
You were the
You were the
closest.
closest.
No
You
shit.
were actually the closest, dude. I've had, and I'm not even joking. You were actually the closest, and I've had thousands of clients, and you were the closest.
Do people? Well, that's awesome. Like, not for me, I guess for you, but like, because
What are some kind of like I could give you like what has happened?
do people that are afraid of needles and getting blood work, they won't come. Like they're not the people inquiring.
No. I actually get a lot. Like, who the hell likes needles, right? Like, even me. Like, I've injected, I don't know, a million things into my body in 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's like, I still don't like them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's just like, the only people that I think that are, you know, needle connoisseurs are people that are, you'll see over on Dundas
true.
and
Yeah.
Adelaide or whatever it is. But I don't know. It's like a lot of people, I guess, base things off of like my Google reviews or whatever, word of mouth. Like, he's actually very gentle with needles. And even though I might not look it, I am pretty damn good with a needle.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, whether it's going into like an IV or just a regular injection, I'm pretty good at it. I've learned like what is the best way to enter a vein type thing, right? Because most people can do it if it's there. But like I've learned how to do it, like I guess master it, right? So like which gauge needle I like to use, what technique do I like to use, and I would say I'm a 95% success rate of getting into a vein like first shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
it's
there
like-
isn't that whole like a lot of like, obviously then people aren't fainting or whatever due to fear.
No, the only things that I'll get is like people look away, which
Yeah,
is normal.
yeah.
Even when I'm getting blood drawn or whatever, I look away. It's just like I don't like to see things entering my veins. It's just weird.
Yeah.
But like they'll look away, but then you'll have the weird connoisseur. They'll be like staring right at it. I'm just like, you need to stop.
You're freaking me out.
Or like when I'm coming in with a needle like in their eye, like right under their eye, they're just staring at me. I'm like, can you close your eyes? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what kind of shit you're into, but like you're freaking me out. Just look away, look up, and you know. But no, like most people, like the odd time, depending on like certain elements that I'll like infuse into somebody, like NAD. NAD is one of those things that
You feel?
you feel
Yeah.
it. Like it's like a euphoric. I've never done heroin, but like, you know what I mean? Like I've been
Warm,
told
right?
it's like a weird, like tingly feeling all throughout your body. It's kind of like an actual drug. And then you get chest tightness, then people start to like hyperventilate.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like one of those things. But again, I've learned how to kind of go about it all now too. You don't start off someone with like the max dose.
Yeah.
They come in for a few injections prior. So we cycle it up until they're ready to do the IV portion. Because IV is 100% absorption rate, while like doing injection, it's 80 to 90%.
Like intramuscular or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
intramuscular or sub-Q. And it's a slow infusion. Once that thing hits your vein, like it's
Yeah.
in you. Like it's quick.
Well, that's what happened. That's
exactly.
basically
Like
with
you
me,
were
right?
within,
It
like,
was
30
like,
seconds.
yeah,
But that
it was
wasn't
like-
even NAD.
Yeah.
Thank
That was
God.
just a rush of, yeah. And
Because I mean, I've had people like throw up because the NAD was just that strong. That's why I always say, make sure you eat,
Yeah.
make sure you're well hydrated. And now I'm just like, okay, first 2-3 weeks, come in once a week for an injection. Let's build it up in your system until you get to that readiness of doing an IV, right? And then once the NAD, for example, is built up in your system now, you don't even feel it. People have asked, like, is there anything going in the bag? I'm like, yeah, you're just like, you're immune to it
Yeah.
now for the feeling of it, right? So it's like
Interesting.
it's in you, but it's one of those things. Like for example, NAD, it's like you have to build, like it's a long term thing. It's not like a one and done type thing. It's kind of like growth hormone, right? Growth hormone's like be on it for 6 months, like don't really notice anything, but it's like you're in it to win it, right?
Yeah.
Trust the process.
If there was like one something that what's the word I'm looking for, like cocktail or whatever treatment that you can't get in Canada that you really are interested in or want to try, is there something that like something that's like,
you can
oh,
get
I wish
everything. You can get everything in Canada. It's just you have to have the right source for it, right?
really?
Yeah, totally. The only thing that I find that like Canada's anti on, and probably always will be, is peptides, right?
Yeah.
So peptides, it's only going to be a research thing, and I seen on CTV News the other day actually that they're looking to like ban it completely now, and it's like, so basically you're banning something that actually will fix you and will help you, and that's just it's Health Canada for you, unfortunately.
But even that, like, even whether you can or have or haven't tried it yourself, like more so like stuff that's there's not really anything that's like elusive to our technology and resources now that you'd have to like that you're
I
like,
don't think so.
really want to try that and I have to go here to try it.
I mean, stem cell,
Yeah.
right? Like stem cell has always been like a fascinating thing, basically. But I mean, the cost of that is just atrocious, right? Plus, it's like there's only a handful of people in Canada that are able to do that, right? Another cool thing that I've kind of been following too is, was it Ibu? You know Ibu? It's basically like it's like filtering your own blood. So it goes through this, like they hook up this IV to you, and it filters out all like the spike proteins, all the
Like a
blood
transfusion
clots,
type of thing?
kind of.
How do you
but,
spell that?
I think it's IB, or maybe it's an E. Try EBOO.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's a medical treatment involving the extracorporeal.
So it's like you can get this here. A couple of places offer it, but I haven't heard any pros and cons to it here in Canada. There's a guy that I follow. He's out in California, and like I talked to him a couple of times. He's like, "Yeah, you come out here if you want to try." I'm like, "It's a bit out of my price range to fly to California just to get a
of
blood thing."
course,
Like, if I had something going on with me that I was worried about, like spike proteins post COVID vaccines, then I'll be like, "Yeah," but like I didn't do the mRNA shots. I did the Johnson and Johnson, which was like a flu shot kind of thing, one and done. But like if I was ever worried about that, I would be like, yeah, let's get those clots out. The stuff that this guy pulls out of people is just, I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
Crazy.
because you can see it. Like it's
Oh
like
yeah, he
detoxifies
literally
it.
will
Like,
pull like a blood clot like this big, and I'll be like, here's their blood clot, pulled it out of them.
No
and
way.
It's nuts.
and that would have been something that
that eventually would have killed
will
you.
get bigger.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that like it's crazy. But not just that, but like
Any other toxins?
calcification of the blood and stuff like that, like things that like will eventually kill you because of a heart attack or something like that. It gets it out of you, and it's pretty cool stuff. Like,
Yeah, that's cool. That's basically the type of thing I was looking. Yeah, that's really cool.
yeah, honestly, look into it. It's pretty cool. I've heard of a couple of clinics doing it in like Toronto, well, one, but I don't know if it's on the.
It's probably
level.
a whole nother animal too, because I don't know. I mean, maybe it for someone that doesn't know what they're talking about. Really, it seems like I envision hooking up to a system that your blood's just pumping out and back in. It's a little bit more.
It's kind of like it, but it is. It's kind of like it is like transfusion. It's like you sit in like a recliner. They hook up the IV. It goes into you, goes out the other way, and it just kind of like filters everything.
Yeah.
And then you can literally see your blood being filtered, and like you can see it's like, oh, there's the calcification.
That is
there's
crazy.
there's the clot. So then he pulls the clot out and like you like dangle it and be like.
I'd freak out. I'd pass out.
Oh, I'm sure people do. I'm sure people. I don't even know if I could handle it, and I do this on a daily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like it's really crazy, and so people are like, oh, even like I was saying, like, oh, it's a bit out of my price range, probably like $2,000 US or whatever to get it done. But it's just the whole process. Okay, well,
Yeah,
like
for
California and all. I'm like, if I'm in California and I'll get it done, just for the mental clarity of like, hey, everything's good now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Reassurance.
But I don't even know. I think I've heard of MediPoint doing it too, something along those. I don't know for a fact, but you can do pretty much everything in Canada. It's just not readily available to the market. Plus, it's not really like
feasible.
Not necessarily feasible, because I mean, if you want something done, you'll get it done, right? You'll figure out a way. But it's more of a, if you don't know about it, then how can you get it done, right? And so many people don't know about these things. Like, you didn't know about this, right?
First time I hear about it, it's crazy.
It's crazy. It literally is crazy. And I'm just like, wow, like, because I had someone ask me.
This stuff, right?
Well, and
it's probably just like, you know, what am I saying? It's probably, but you know, some other, it was used in some other, you know, backwards way before, and like,
well, yeah,
it's kind of just re-engineered.
Like, everyone wanted their spike proteins gone, and like this fixes it, right?
Yeah.
So
this did it 20 years ago to do one simple, you know, treat one, you know, particular.
Well, that's something we got to ask ChatGPT. Who came up, and when did they come up with EBU?
Let's see, because like, you know, it'd be like,
like what
in, you know,
like what
19 whatever, it was used to treat this really random disease.
And that's the beauty of like what, like the things that I do too, is like I find out about all these different cool things that like no one would have known, you know what I mean? And I'm like, so people ask me like all kinds of weird questions, like, hey, do you know anyone that does this? And do you know? I'm like, I mean, I can look into it. And then once you look into it, you just become that much smarter.
Let's see, when and why. Earliest.
25 years ago.
Di Paolo Bocci Garossi.
Why?
I think he was Italian.
Traditional ozone.
Sounds like it.
Around 250. Much larger. I don't. It's not really saying. Yeah, I mean that's kind of. It sounds like
you see, like it includes peripheral artery disease, coronary disease, cholesterol embolism, severe whatever the hell that is, MATA lung disease.
Yeah, so I mean it's relatively.
It's still pretty new. If you think of it, 25 years ago, it's not really. And they probably off this guy too. Once he got out with it, let's be honest. He went. He unalived himself.
His car drove off a cliff somehow.
Someone found his notebook and they just proceeded on with it. But yeah,
crazy,
it's cool stuff, man. It's like I said, everything's out there. It's just we don't know that it exists. And I don't want to say that Health Canada is keeping it away from us, but
they're not making it easy.
They're not making it. They're not, putting it on a notepad for us to all see.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm here. Try and educate as much as humanly possible.
For sure.
And just for reference, I didn't unalive myself. I would never
Yeah, right? Because
you never know.
You came out with this crazy formula, and it's man. Like, just leave it on a sticky note underneath here, and then we'll... Oh, that's crazy. Well, is there anything else that's like...
Real quick, how do you come up with cocktails?
It really all depends on what the person needs, right? So there are kind of like 10 different things that I like to like keep in stock, and it's like one of those like always have tos, right? So if like someone's coming in like, oh, I've just been drinking a lot and like I kind of want to detox my liver, you get taurine, lipotropic complex, so B12, methionine, inositol-choline, magnesium, zinc. So there's certain things that like I'll always throw in there depending on what's going on. But the beauty of it is that so many of these things kind of combat other things too, right? So it's like, well, my immune system's gone to shit. Okay, well, glutathione is the strongest antioxidant in the world. Let's throw some glutathione in there. But glutathione is also really good for sleep. It's also really good for skin. So it's like, but if you combine it with, let's say, ascorbic acid, it's just that much stronger, right? So it's like, let's throw that in there, right? So it's like, I kind of have like, I probably should have just made like an energy drink instead of doing all of this stuff, right? But it's kind of like, would you see in energy drinks, it kind of can be used in an IV form as well, minus all the other crap that's in the energy drinks, right? But the formulations, the idea behind them, a lot of them are similar, right? So it's like, oh, well, I don't have energy. Okay, well, let's figure that out. You know what I mean? So it's not really rocket science, but
Experience. Though,
experience.
mainly,
That's
yeah.
the thing. 20 years being in the fitness, health, nutrition industry, like you learn a lot, right? And you learn what works and what doesn't. And I found that like a lot of the pre-made IV bags that I won't say who creates or which companies create, I just didn't find that they were that effective. I found that a lot of people were like, I mean, I guess I feel pretty good. Like I was just like, well, that's not really what I want to hear. You know what I mean? I want to hear like, whoa, dude, what was that? You know what I mean? I want that effect. Or I've never slept this good in my life. Or, you know, like I just feel different. My brain fog's gone. So I'll get like university students that come in and they obviously do their own research sometimes, not always, but sometimes. And like, you know, I've got a big exam coming up and I just need that mental clarity. I know what to put in it. Right? So it's like,
I wouldn't even know where to start, like what to put in me.
Well, obviously, though, that's
like-
right.
well, and that kind of comes down to like most of my consultations are kind of done online, because why waste your time and my time just to come in and be like, hey, well, you know, this and that.
Right.
You can tell me online, save yourself $50 instead of paying a consultation fee. Tell me what's going on, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, I got you. I'll take care of you, right? So it's like, a lot of people don't know where to start, but I do, right? So it's like, I know that, you know, combining these things will help with this, but it'll also help you with this. So like I do NAD injections on myself every week, and I do glutathione injections on myself every week. Why? Not really for anything specific, but I know that like glutathione is going to help my immune system. I work with special needs kids, and I have 5 and a 7-year-old to bring home everything under the sun. So it's like I need my immune system to be good, right? So
Do you feel what percentage of people have unrealistic expectations for stuff like that? Not many.
I think a lot of people have unrealistic expectations when it comes to like anti-aging stuff.
Yeah.
So they think that like, you know, I'll come in for a couple of IVs or a couple of injections and like I'll be 20 years younger. Well, that's not really how it works.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, well, you know, Hollywood's really promoting NAD right now. Yeah, but Hollywood also has a lot of money. So they're doing these IVs 2-3 times a week, which you can't afford once every 6 months.
Yeah, for sure.
And I try and like be as honest as humanly possible because, excuse me, you want, one, results, but two, you also don't want people to be like, oh, well, this guy just loaded me up with a bunch of crap and he said that this is going to work in 2 sessions. No, these are realistic. You have to come in for at least 6 sessions to notice a difference, right? And I also noticed that the healthier you are, the less effect certain things will have on you. So I'll get like someone that's like an elite athlete, for example, that's been taking every vitamin known to man for years, and then they won't necessarily have the same effect as someone that's like 300 pounds overweight, has never even looked at, you know, a sweet potato in their life, you know what I mean? And then like you get one shot and like, oh my God, like what was that? Well, that's health.
That's what,
Welcome. We welcome you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Eat clean.
And then like I get like Ozempic people too, right? Like Ozempic, like I probably get it on every day at least once. Hey, can you get Ozempic? Hey, can you get Ozempic? I'm like, well, you can get it Ozempic too. You can just go online. It's a peptide, right? Anyone can get it, but it's the fact of like you will feel like, you know, dirt under the sun when you're on Ozempic. So like, you know, lethargic, you could barely get out of bed. You're gonna lose weight, 100%, but it's not the good weight. You know, you're gonna lose that bone density, muscle dystrophy, all that kind of stuff, and it's just like, well, how much do you really want to lose weight? It's good for, honestly, someone that's morbidly obese, do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a great thing to do, but know that there's an end to it as well, right? Build up that habit. Do it for, let's say, 3 to 6 months while eating good too,
well,
and then eventually work your way off of it. And like a lot of people that are on Ozempic, they'll message me like, hey, what can you offer me to get energy? Boom, I got you.
Yeah.
So I have certain things that like work really well synergistically with Ozempic to help combat that like no energy, because like the thing with Ozempic is like it will kill your energy levels. Like not only do you not want to eat, but you don't even want to move.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible, right? And it's like, this gives you like another shot at life, right? So it's like, and then people are like, well, I can't afford it. I'm like, well, how can you afford $600 a month on Ozempic?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
what are we doing here then?
Like,
yeah.
I don't know what you want me to say. Like, sometimes
Yeah.
I'm like, I have like one of those like head scratch moments at the clinic. I'm like, I don't know what to say to this, but if you need my help, let me know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure. I'm sure there's a whole variety.
There's quite, I mean, I'm pretty lucky, to be honest. Like, I try and weed out the bad seeds and like not really, I know who I can kind of trust in terms of like they want to get better. And some people are just like, no, I'm just going to do everything what my doctor says.
Yeah.
Well, doctors don't really know everything,
Yeah.
to be honest. They're just taught what they need to be taught in medical school.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Like, so many times, like, I have like one-on-one conversations with doctors, and like they have no idea about certain things.
No idea. It's
No idea.
mind-boggling.
It's scary, really.
It's like going back to my client who was like, I was like, go through the right, get your blood work done, TRT specifically. You know, he's 55. Like,
oh yeah,
go to your doctor. Then it's like, you know, 6 months later, gets the blood work done. Oh, they didn't test for it. Another 6 months, get the blood work done again. Go back to his doctor, finally with, you know, low testosterone. And the doctor goes, I actually don't know how to do it. And then, you know, like, it's as silly as this is, I don't know how to do a testosterone injection. I'm like, you don't even know, like, and then it's like, okay, go see, you know, endo. And it's like, that's 8 months from there. And then they don't know what, it's actually mind blowing how little, like,
well,
some physicians.
Yes. And I do get a lot of like naturopaths that source me out to do the IVs because they don't know how to do the IVs. And I'm like, but you're technically a doctor.
Yeah.
And actually, that is one thing that we're going to be doing more of, or we're going to be starting up now, is TRT and stuff like that.
Cool.
So, you know, they have all these like men's health clinics that are popping up now online and whatever. We're going to kind of jump into that avenue of things because I think pretty much every man over 40 needs to be on some type of testosterone.
Yeah.
Jeez, my throat.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we can. Is there anything else that's like
We'll
want to bring up?
when he brings in the IVs or whatever.
Yeah, if there's
I'll
anything.
bring an IV if I get a hat.
Yeah, I got extra.
You know
I'll
what?
get
Like,
you one.
I just want a Wendy's hat.
Done,
right?
done.
The next time I go to a country, festival, I want to wear that hat.
I'll
I'm just
give
putting
you
it
one.
out there.
We got a few extra ones,
All right.
and Jake's like, just give these out to like, you know, you'll know type of thing.
You'll know.
I gave.
I'm that. No.
Yeah, there you
I want
go.
a Wendy's hat. All right.
I got one. So yeah, that'd be cool to do. Like, what we should if there's anything like that comes up as far as like, you know, if you do open the doors to like the whole TRT stuff or just stuff like this,
totally.
stuff like this that you find interesting or like groundbreaking, like you don't need a good excuse to like come back. So
People want to know. I
yeah.
mean, people definitely.
Oh yeah,
wanna know,
totally.
right?
Totally.
So,
Well, that's the thing. I'm trying to like educate as much as
yeah.
get rich. But
get it
Yeah.
out there.
So if there's like, if you can, you know, start curating a notepad for what we could go over next, and we'll do an IV
I'll
at the
use
same
your
time.
daughter to start taking notepads. Or
Yeah,
start taking
yeah,
notes
right.
for me too.
It's like, well, honestly, it's like, use.
She takes your phone and be like, "Hey,
Remind
jot
me-
this into the notepad."
Remind me, I got to talk to Ian about this. Like,
Yeah.
but no, so thanks for coming.
Totally.
If, like I said, if anyone wants to reach out, just the website and Instagram.
LondonBeautyClinic.com, London Beauty Clinic 1 on Instagram, and yeah, my phone number's up there.
Again, I'll put it all in the video and
Coolio.
stuff. And yeah, we got. I'm looking forward to the next time then.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you want your IV.
Hell
I just
yeah.
want my hat.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, man.
All right, dude.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Until next time. Thanks for listening. See ya.